All right, everybody. Welcome back to the PRPL Podcast. This is your host, Austin Eisert, and I'm coming to you live today from Lexington, Kentucky. Different setting today, different booth, but I think we've got it set up pretty nice here. To my left.
Hey, it's Griffin. I'm back here. It's we're at my place today.
We're at Griff's place.
Yeah. Good old time.
And who's also here with us, Griff?
Well, that would be my asshole father. Oh, Mikey.
That's how we're starting this one. We're cutting to the chase.
Oh, Mikey.
Boom. There it is.
Hey, what do you have to? I thought you were going to come back at me. That was the whole point.
I'm going to get you throughout this.
Hey guys, let's circle back to that scene with Malcolm. Let's begin with.
Man, there's a lot of pressure today, guys. I mean, you all put me doing the intro, so keep bringing it.
Yeah, we jumping ahead a little bit. Hey,
yes, guys, our new and let's say improved recap format, because I think it did work at least well enough to keep the episode under an hour and 40 minutes this time around. So
that one still makes me kind of shiver a little bit.
Yeah, it's a dark spot. But necessary growth. And with that, like we said, and as we assigned at the end of last episode, we're going to have Mikey recaps today. So let's send it on over now to...
wait a second.
Whoa!
Is he in the booth? Is he in the booth?
He cock-blocked me.
Hey, is he in the booth?
Oh, is he in the booth? Let's ring him in over there. Hey, is this thing on? Mikey recap.
I just want to say I'm so thankful this is not on video. You two, gosh, there's been a lot of pressure throughout the week to come out with this. So, guys, let's start out. It's season 2, episode 5. The title's called "Feel or Love." The episode opens with the evolution of cordyceps. Ellie and Dina encounter threats, small, infected. Jesse is back to find Ellie and Dina. We see a scars ritual showcasing how to fillet a wolf.
Ooh. Fillet.
Ellie finds Nora while finding shelter from the scars.
Ooh, okay.
Ellie, due to her immunity, is able... I've lost my place. Sorry, guys. Is able to corner Nora with a basement filled with airborne spores.
Yeah.
Nora tells Ellie about Joel. We all are surprised at this point. Ellie surprises us all with, I know. That was cool. The episode ends with Joel looking up to Ellie saying, "Hi, kiddo."
Hey, kiddo.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hi. I thought I said hi, kiddo.
I was just
saying, hey, kiddo.
Yeah, it's hey, yeah. That's all right.
Well,
hey, that was the practice run. You want to do that again?
Yeah. We can cut all of that. We'll stitch in the new one. It'll be like you never did that.
Yeah.
You want to do that?
I'm just kidding. Well done, Mikey recaps.
Hey, lots of pressure this week. Sorry, guys.
Hey, well done, man.
King Tut.
Now do we go to my Egyptian section?
Well, I got a question for you first. How are you seasoning your wolf? You said they filleted him. How do you season your wolf? How do we get the most out of that meat?
Hey, you know what? We've got to tenderize him. We've got to beat him.
Local meat.
Hey, come on, guys.
Mike's the local meat expert.
We've got,
the meat man.
We've got to beat the meat, okay?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Man, he's just collecting nicknames, isn't he?
Yeah, there it is, great. Man. All right. Well, Austin, what you were just asking how you thought we should start this one up. I mean, we're at the first scene. We're watching, of course, live.
Yeah, we got it rolling again, and we have some Russian subtitles on right now. There's a 3 in that word. Yeah. I don't know how that works. But I think
this is a great scene.
This is something that we were kind of discussing on as we got into this episode, and The Last of Us's ability to really nail these intro scenes.
Oh yeah, we did.
They're really good at those. Not a great content move here, but I don't have a ton of these off the top of my head. But it's something that they've done. I know in the first season they did a lot of flashbacks, kind of showing like that one not game show, but the talk show where the scientist is mentioning the cordyceps.
Yeah, that was really early.
Far in advance.
Was that the first episode?
It might have fucking been.
I think it was.
It might have been. Austin, that was the first episode.
That was the first episode.
And that was John Hanna in that scene. Great English actor.
Okay. Good call, Mike. But yeah, that one, I mean, we see the Ellie birthing scene one time. Those are just a couple to name them. But
we had the Isaac origin.
Blast and Josh Pack. But this one was really strong, really kind of the weight of it gets revealed at the end when you find out that it's, what's her name? I'm not sure what her name is, but some kind of the hospital leader.
Oh, Hanrahan?
Hanrahan's the wolf. Okay. But she's talking with...
This one right here, that's Sergeant Park.
Sergeant Park, yeah. Okay, because Leon Park.
Yeah.
But we find out, she's talking about this Leon character throughout it. And you get an idea that it's like, oh, he's someone high up.
He was her best.
He was her best.
Yeah.
But when it gets revealed that it was her son, she says, sorry about your son at the end of it.
Oh, yeah.
That's when it kind of smacks and you're like, oh, shit. And then, just the... overall
mic drop moments is what you get with a lot of those.
And then just the I guess the spores being a part of this world now. This is a critical kind of game functionality that hasn't been introduced yet.
Oh yeah.
So in the video game, you're going around with masks a lot because you're going through buildings with spores. This is a new thing, and then another thing that's kind of video game related. And I said to you guys, they say there's no rats.
Oh,
not even the rats were down there.
I picked up on that.
So
well, it is interesting to see because. Of course, in that first episode, we see, and of course, we're going to get back. Well, I don't want to say it like that, but the stalkers now. The stalkers are something that we have to worry about. A new danger. Now we're hearing spores. I mean, you saw Hanrahan's face like, oh my God, are you serious? It's in the air now. I mean, we're just getting introduced to more and more.
Seattle is not the place to be, is what I'm fucking hearing.
Yeah.
There's spores. Early level cordyceps has been there since the beginning in 03.
Yeah, right.
You got this feud between the scars. You can't go into the forest. This Seattle place, what the fuck is wrong with Seattle?
Yeah, I was about to say.
So I think that's just a piece of the puzzle there. But what's the real meat of this one? I'll overall say that
ask my dad for that.
Oh, the local meat expert. Let's call him in. Yeah, what do you have over to say, Mike? What do you want to talk about today?
I will say he's talked to me after a couple episodes. He's like, man, I think we missed like the real core.
Yeah, what do you have to say today?
What is it? Let's
Mike's
just jump
meat
in.
of the moment. Mike's meat moment.
Yeah.
We're trying to get bits for him, guys. He's already bailed on fucking King Tut Mike. He's not that. What was the other one that he was supposed to do?
I just remember Egyptian Mike. That's what I remember.
His Kreskin moment.
He couldn't even talk about the future last episode.
Well, I don't know if this is it, but it's broached throughout. Do we need to go back? I said that in the last one. That was my Kreskin moment. We need to go back. And they say this several times. There's golden opportunities where Ellie is looking at Dina like, we really need to go back. And then Dina goes into her story, starts talking about, hey, her first kill. Yeah. And then she kind of throws it back to Ellie like, hey, Ellie, what do you think? This is on you. There is no wrong answer.
Yeah.
You remember that.
That was a good call. That's that gray, Mike. That was verbatim gray.
There's no wrong answer. But if I were in your shoes, I would never stop looking. I would search forever. So, I mean, there's a little bit of guilt in, I would say there, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure. It was kind of like, I dare you to say we're going back because, you're chicken, basically, is what I gathered from it. But
this is, and this, you talk on that moment, and this is one of my, I guess, I'm going to get into this gripe, I'm going to go into the gripe.
We got our gripes.
And it comes from this kind of idea like, man, this quest there's not a lot of positives in it right now. And how much have we bought that Ellie needs to be here? Because she's got like good things worth living for, going on. Like, how believable is it that she would, like, she's finding love? And this is a contrast. And this is where people have been very critical in the public kind of discourse of the show, because the video game version, Dina's a hindrance because she's pregnant. In this version, she's finding love. Do we believe that Ellie would go on this basically suicide mission?
Well,
revenge quest.
You got to think about her relationship with Joel. And that's why we get that flashback at the end of this episode. And that's why we're going to see that, what would you call the flashback Joel Ellie episode?
Yeah.
Next go. I think that obviously her love for Joel might still be outweighing all of that stuff. You have to imagine.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I don't think we've seen it enough yet. I don't think we've been given enough on the screen to believe that Ellie is like,
I mean,
dead set on this
you
quest.
Sure? Like, did we not get it enough in the third episode? Right after Joel gets, I mean, that third episode, the beginning of it, I thought was pretty intense. She's speaking at the town hall. She's doing all these things.
But this is when she thought
she's going out. She's packing her guns.
But this is when she thought, and they thought, that it was just going to be a small little group.
Yeah.
The game has changed. The field goal posts it's a completely different game that they're playing now.
Guys,
Dina is pregnant and she's going to be a dad. Does she really
Is she though?
Guys,
No.
Everything is changed.
Well, we found that fucking out. I'll tell you that.
Think about this. What has changed? Dina's pregnant. We've got these infected assholes that are smart.
Yeah.
And we've got airborne spores. I mean, what else can come our way? Everywhere we turn. Oh, by the way, we got scars that these guys.
Dina's shot with an arrow.
Oh yeah, she gets shot with an arrow, and then we see this guy just again, as I said, wolf fillet. It's getting tougher and tougher. Again, that's why when you ask, hey, what do you think? I think it's, do we go back? And these two are just playing chicken with one
it's
another.
not do we go back. It's Jesse said we're going back.
Oh, yeah.
And then and Ellie says
Jesse's the only one with half a brain, obviously.
No, he's not, because Dina agrees.
Yeah, Dina did agree. Because he says it and Ellie goes, no, but we hadn't. Then Dina goes, Ellie.
Yeah. Like, let's fucking
come
go.
on, that's dumb. Yeah.
Exactly. So but and this is, I think, where the show as a whole can somewhat amend this. Dina and Jesse, I don't know where they're going, but they're going to have to take care of Dina, and she's pregnant.
Yeah.
So very likely they're not staying around here, but Ellie now on her own?
Does she team up with Tommy? Is that a Kreska moment?
I think that might be it.
Do Tommy and Ellie stick back? Jesse gets Dina back home.
I have to think so.
She has to. She's pregnant and she's shot with an arrow.
Jesse doesn't know she's pregnant.
I can guarantee you infections are pretty damn dangerous. He's going to find out very soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Very soon.
Is that a Kreskin moment? I mean, they might hope she doesn't look pregnant, guys.
What is the show telling us, though? This is a big question, too, because Ellie is supposed to be this new lead, right? She's supposed to kind of be stepping into Joel's shoes, right? Yeah. She's dad now. She's going to have her own family.
Yeah.
She's taking care of Dina. She's the leader.
Maybe not like on a large scale, though. Like, I think in her own personal narrative and world.
Yeah, sure. But like, there's supposed to be a parallel that she's kind of taking in Joel in a way. She's playing
There's a lot of they're building her up. I mean, obviously she's talking about the triangle, making triangles to be able to show where everybody's out.
That's Dina, though.
I mean, Dina. You were saying that Dina was.
What's the connection?
Oh my God,
I'm lost.
I'm lost. You kind of ran with a thread there.
We'll get back there.
I'll say this, guys. I know that in this, in our little podcast, I've been kind of the Mr. Negativity. I do apologize for that, but sometimes things like this happen, and it just like it. I know it's confusing to you guys. If it's confusing to us, it doesn't make a damn lick of sense to you guys. So I just have to jump in.
I'll circle it in, Mike. Watch this.
Hey, talking about those hieroglyphics. Is that what you meant with the triangles?
That's exactly what
you're getting from.
There we go. Yeah. You read my mind.
Yeah, let me clean up this mess real quick.
Thank you,
all. Shit his pants.
Pull us back together.
This guy shit his pants. Let's go clean him up. Basically, what I'm getting at, what is the show telling us that Ellie doesn't defend Dina and Jesse has to step in? Like, what is the show telling us there?
Well, it's just telling us she's not ready yet. It's not there yet.
But yeah, and like, I mean, like we say, and we've been saying it, and this is kind of a, maybe a nasty way to look at it, but Jesse whips his fucking cock out and saves the day.
Oh, wow. I didn't know we were saying that, but.
Let me smack it on the table real quick.
I mean,
you hear that thing thud? That was Jesse's cock.
That was a thud for sure.
Hey, what's that rate on the 1 to 10 scale over there, Mr. Meat Expert?
That's about a 9.
All right. What is it? Swing. Well, I do think you're right, though. I mean, like, they make it abundantly clear, hey, he saves the day. They're running in the forest, and Ellie goes, hey, we were doing pretty damn well. Jesse chimes in, until what? Until when? Whatever it is.
Until we weren't.
Yeah, until we weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the way you said it's about exactly what it is.
You think I fucking want to talk to you right now? Like, he's calling the shots.
No, he's calling the shots.
And it is, in a physical sense, also his kid here. Like, there's dynamics going on there, too.
But again, he still doesn't know that at this exact moment. But
no.
It is going to get more intense once he does know. Yeah. Like you said, I think if we do have a Kreskin moment, it's that Dina and Jesse are going back to Jackson Hole. They're going to take care of her, make sure she's good. And then I think Ellie's going to have to stay, right? There's no way Ellie's leaving.
Ellie's going to have to stay, and I think this is where Ellie can amend what I'm getting from her. Because, like...
kind of gets... why don't you just jump into that? Like, that's been a big theme.
Well, there's a thing, and this is, like, if you're paying attention to the show online at all, there's been criticism of the Bella Ramsey decision as Ellie for a lot of reasons, mostly because literally just how she looks. She does not look like the video game character. And is it fair? No. And, I'm open to having this be a different interpretation of the stuff. Like, you have to, it's an adaptation, right?
Yeah. The only counter I will put, and I know you probably haven't said your full point, for someone who did not play the video games, that was never even a consideration in my head.
Right.
That first season, we grew so close to Bella
Ramsey your Ellie.
Acting as Ellie. Yeah, that's our Ellie for sure.
That's our Ellie. Yeah,
so
correct.
I know that for my dad and myself, since we didn't have that video game, that it's been no issue at all. That hasn't even been a single thought for us.
It's never been an issue for me.
No, and we love.
Oh, Bella, I think Bella Ramsey's phenomenal. So,
oh my gosh, yeah.
No issue.
How much? Here's something interesting to me, Austin. Like, I've maybe heard you in passing mention that lack of similarity in the appearance, but because of maybe some of the things happening in these recent episodes, did that kind of amp up those feelings you were having? Because it seems like it's been more recent that you're saying.
And this is a question we asked at the beginning of this season is, how does this story work for us? I was very nostalgic about the first story. And I think maybe the story of the first season might be stronger.
Oh, it was so good.
Exactly.
It's just how hard is it to come back in the second?
Exactly. And it's like, are they losing the plot a little?
Ooh.
That's what it's like. Are they kind of, those questions are being asked. And my big gripe is, like, how much do you guys really like Ellie this season? Like, how much do you really like her?
Guys, I think that's where I was going. I was thinking, what I thought where you were going with that is Dina is kind of being the lead now. That's what I thought.
The most powerful moments this episode, Dina outshines Ellie and Bella Ramsey. Maybe that's the writing, maybe it's the acting.
With it.
Well, it is part of it.
And I want to say this is, we see Dina where they're saying, hey, they're trying to show she's pretty smart.
Well, here's the big fucking thing.
They've been showing that the whole season.
Here's the big thing. Pedro Pascal is gone. Joel is gone. And the show is trying to figure out what it is without him being the lead. That's what a lot of it is. And it is Ellie's ability and Bella Ramsey's ability to carry a show is what the question is.
Well,
in a lot of ways.
I will.
She really did it. She really did it.
Congratulations.
Wow.
Austin. Bam.
There it is.
There's the asshole.
We were talking about that before this episode. We've had so many issues with alarms coming on during the recording, and Austin said, man, the only thing that could happen is if this alarm goes off. So,
and it did.
And it did.
Kreskin moment.
Hey.
Maybe.
Austin, something I've got to throw in there, and I know this is very insignificant, but one thing that Dina, when she looks at Ellie, she says, and I quote, "You're a little crazy." And she says that, and I think that kind of takes away, again, it's like, does that bump Dina up and say, "Hey, I'm smarter than you"? I think
of course she's smarter than
sure it is.
That's what
they're trying to show is hey, Dina's pretty damn smart.
But I think they're going fucking overboard. Like Dina is
That's
smart.
My point.
Yeah, Dina is smart.
Well, you mentioned when we were talking earlier this week, you said, because you're really kind of struggling. You're like, man, like I was not really in love with Ellie this past episode. I think you mentioned though. You said I think the writing. It's kind of weak. Why are they writing all of this?
They so purposefully are calling out, "Oh, you're dumb. You're not school oriented." Like it's happened throughout the thing. And it's
like you said, she trips running away.
That's what's even worse about it. That they're doubling down. They're saying, "No, she's not smart, but she's not fucking good in a fight either." You know what her benefit is? You know what she can do? She can get bit, and that's it. But she can still get ripped to pieces and fucking die. She was dying. She was dying in that episode before Jesse comes in and saves the day. Wow. She was dying. Well, and that was, that I have been critical of Ellie. That was a strong part where Dina flusters in that moment. When shit starts hitting the fan, that's when Ellie goes that's where she's best. In the action and craziness, I get
the rage.
That's why I think there can be a redemption in these episodes ahead if she is kind of acting on that rage, but is that good for her character too?
Man, I will say, and I'm kind of taking it a little bit.
Because that scene at the end was fucking awesome.
Oh, it was so awesome. Good.
Yeah.
God, that was one that gets like your blood heated up, man. You're just like,
vengeance.
When we watched it back, we were like, yeah, and you feel like such an idiot because it's like, oh God, that's not what I'm supposed to be feeling, but I am. And you even mentioned, Dad, you said, God, when Joel was getting that, we were just wincing.
Oh gosh, we were wincing, yeah. And then here, Ellie's just pounding on Nora, and we're all like, "Oh, go get her again!" And gosh, you felt bad about that. Oh,
hey, here's the thing, and you made me think of this, Austin, when you were kind of saying what you were.
Yeah,
we're 5 episodes in. We have the 6th tonight.
Yeah,
right. 5 episodes in of season 1. How much better was season 1? 5 episodes in compared to what we've seen here.
This season has been it had a very high, but I think it has been a pretty dull season.
Episode 2. Episode 2 has been.
It's a quality product.
Let's get a little meta. They're struggling a little bit with this season to keep this season really burning. Am I wrong?
There have not been the hitters. I mean,
God, I'm gonna say it again.
There have not been as much heavy hitters.
Was incredible.
Yes,
episode 2 was really great.
Episode 2 just blew me away.
I had to, looking at these episodes, and I tried to rank this season like as episodes. Even looking back, I was just amazed at basically maybe the mid. A
lot of mediocrity.
Yeah, the mid.
And the thing is, in my head, I have a tendency, especially because I like this show so much, my tendency is to say, oh, they're kind of just setting the scene, they're saving it. But after you do that 4 out of 5 episodes, it's kind of like maybe they just don't have the plot. Yeah. Maybe like it's just kind of shaky.
Yeah.
And I hate to say that, but I think it's worth examining, right?
I think this next episode's going to be pretty fucking fun.
I hope so.
Yeah. I think this next one's going to be
Pedro's back.
Kreskin moment.
How can it not be?
Well, damn, is that fucked up that I'm going to... My Kreskin moment is that this next episode will be, if not the highest rated episode of the season, it will be the second highest. So I will say, I'll put my fucking nuts on the line.
I bet you. Here's the thing.
My nuts on the line.
I bet you this next episode is going to be what we all wanted.
Austin, is that a Malcolm moment?
2 episodes to be.
That's a Malcolm's meat moment.
That's funny.
Hey, I even got Griffin to smile.
We're gonna get Hey, Dad, you're gonna get sponsored by Lunchables or something. And we're gonna be like, hey, we got our ad read today, guys.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna get.
I can see me right now talking about, hey, this Lunchable meat. Think of Malcolm.
Hey, use our code.
Hey, feel her love.
Use our code MALCOLM
for some fresh meat.
Oh gosh, that's good.
This next one's going to be good, but yeah, I think we're needing some things, and there's still fun parts. This world is a very fun one to watch.
I just have such an appreciation for the series. And you're right. The world is very entertaining and fun. And we got some awesome characters. Like Jesse coming in was pretty sweet. I really like him in this. We love Dina. I love Ellie. I think that Ellie's just going through, maybe some lower points where, you kind of got to hit that bottom, of course, to start rising above. But, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, man, maybe the writers are just kind of struggling, though. And maybe this isn't so, they're thinking all this
guys,
through.
This may be a setup episode. No.
Well, we've said that about a lot of these episodes, right?
Yeah.
Have we not?
Well, I think there's another thing to say about pacing.
Well, guys, you know what? It sounds like we're done. Are we done with this? I mean, it sounds like we're done. We're done with the show.
No,
you assholes. This is awesome. I'm still excited.
Yeah, sorry.
yeah.
Maybe we do need to course correct here. We're being
a little down and out.
Let's get off the fucking soapbox. We put it this way: we have questions. We're still enjoying it. We're still watching it.
I love this damn series.
Yeah, we love it.
We're in this for the long haul. I'm just trying.
We have to be objective too.
We got to be a little objective because, especially in some of these first episodes we had this season, I think we were kind of doing the whole we were just kind of worshiping it because we love it so much. But it is worth taking a step back every once in a while.
But guys, I mean, was there a scene where you went, "This is ridiculous"? I mean, was there a scene?
Why don't we talk about the scene where she gets on the stage? That one good. Austin kept mentioning, man, that's pretty coincidental, right? Convenient.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is the second episode in a row that we've seen a stage that's perfectly lit and a guitar to play for Ellie. And it just felt a little funny being like the next episode.
Well, and even at the end, I texted you the day after watching this episode the first time and said, God, that last scene with Nora was incredible. And Austin goes, yeah, really convenient. That pipe was right there. Yeah, I was like,
well, that was good. That's fine. I wasn't really like.
What was yours? We kind of started running.
Well, I did want to say this is what I thought was a little silly was Nora looks at her and she says, "Hey, you're not going to shoot that gun in here because if you do, everyone's going to know. All the soldiers are going to know." And then Nora throws that bucket of whatever that was.
Another instance of Ellie fucking doofing a situation.
She
got lost.
I mean, she was so, it's like she was looking down at the ground. I mean, her head wasn't in the game. But once she does, she throws it at her, she takes off, and what does Ellie do? King pow, she just starts firing away. And then you look at the kill zone where everybody's right above Ellie, and she's running, and it's like, oh man, that's like shooting fish in a barrel. Bing, 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 bing. I mean, I could have hit her. It'd been like a game show.
Well, then Ellie had Nora.
Like shooting ducks.
Oh, yeah.
Ellie had Nora down in the elevator shaft, just laying on the ground.
Yeah, that was another one. I thought those were a little silly.
And then the only reason she can pull this kill off is Ellie's superpower. She's immune. That's her thing. That's her thing. And the show is done. I think they have done not a great job this season of kind of making that her only redeemable quality.
But that's not true.
That isn't true. Her rage is good. Her rage is good in terms of what she's trying to accomplish here.
She's got some sneakiness too. I know
she's cool under fire.
I feel like in the first episode, we see her and Dina plan out how we're going to get this guy. She jumps on the back and stabs him. Of course, she falls through the damn floor.
Yeah.
And that happens. But, I mean, I don't see as
we see her as a protector.
We see her as a protector. I think we see her as capable in battle. And
yeah. I mean, she's doing what was the one episode where she's like MMA and fighting, and Jesse's like coaching her around. Coaching her along.
That was episode 3, I think.
Was it episode 3? And she's fighting, and then that's where the one guy goes.
She stabbed that one wolf.
Punch.
She stabbed.
No, that was the first episode you're talking about, Mike. But when they're training at the beginning,
right?
Yeah. She stabbed that wolf in the neck. Remember when they?
She's capable.
Yeah,
she's capable.
She knows what she's doing.
Capable, but man, I think we're going to see some better episodes ahead from it. I think maybe
Austin. This is the scene right here. This is the scene. This Seraphite right here just
we got the show going on, of course.
Oh man. That
felt her love.
Yeah. Boy, that was brutal.
Yeah, that is pretty nasty how they do it. They just cut their
They lift him up as they're cutting him.
And he's leaning forward, so those damn guts
they're hanging
right out
at the same time.
What do they say? Release him or something?
Yeah, free him.
Free him.
Free him.
They freed him all right.
Oh my God.
Release the hounds. Golly.
Hey, man. Yeah. No, I mean.
Now, what did you all say at this scene where it's coming up, the female Scar, where you all see her? You all were going, hey.
Yeah. I thought it was Sadie Sink for a second, but I don't know who this redhead character is, but I have a hard time believing that the showrunners wouldn't have shown her.
They kind of focus on the face a little
she got a little more screen time than your average Joe fill-in character. You know, like I feel like there's going to be something that we see of her. I don't know in what facility or what fashion, but I think that I don't know what goes next. Like I haven't played the game. I'm really in terms of a pacing question, to say this again, pacing. You think it'll be weird that we've just had this Nora scene and then we're going to go into a flashback?
I mean, I do, but I think it's just going to build the suspense and make us really.
Maybe we need we need a refresh. We need something.
Might need a refresh.
We need a refresh.
I mean, this is a crazy world. Like you said, I mean, the setting we have these Seraphites, we have the wolves, and there's just like these militias going at them. And there's a lot to keep up with. There's a lot to keep up with, I think, in terms of just information. And I don't know, it's been a lot to process for me, I think.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it, but it has been a lot.
And we're getting ready to find out more about Joel's and Ellie's relationship. So, one of the questions y'all, what was it?
Post
Dina
season
said,
1.
She said, hey, how did you learn how to play? How did you learn how to play? That kind of like, how did you learn how to play that well?
Yeah.
Maybe we find out. Maybe they were practicing it. I don't know.
I think that was something that was really good about the first season, is that there were a lot of those kind of breaks and refreshes.
Yeah.
Like throughout the season. So you had at least 2 flashback or like kind of wholly different episodes. You had the Bill one. What was his?
Is it Frank?
Bill and Frank.
Bill and Frank. And then the one with Ellie and her.
Her friend from the school, that boarding school or whatever.
Yeah, and they're in the arcade and everything. So you had those kind of breaks in it. So this will be good to kind of refresh, get away from where we are at hand and in present day, and get some more of that just character building, relationship building, because all we really know of Joel and Ellie is that first season, and
of course
that's all they have. So we don't see the years and the way that he has really been able to be like a father to her, not just like someone saving her life.
And I'm excited for it too, because you hated that first episode where obviously he and Ellie are at ends. You know what I mean? It was really hard to watch that for me, knowing the relationship that they have.
Yeah.
It was hard for me to see that. And then you think you're going to get some resolution, and he's fucking dead by episode 2. And it's like, oh my God, like they're ending on this rough note. It was really tough to stomach for me in a lot of ways. So I think this is going to be our way of getting a little bit of comfort from
filling those gaps in a bit.
Filling those gaps. That's it. That's exactly it.
Yeah, it'll be good, and it's going to tug at the heartstrings, because you're going to know that. I mean, somewhere at the end, we're going to figure out like when the riff comes. I think we're going to see the split. I think we're going to see that split, and we're going to know that that's kind of how it stopped.
What if you know how at the end, when Nora's like, he killed the only doctor who could do this and all that stuff. And of course, Ellie goes, yeah, I know. What if we find out that Joel wouldn't have told her, right? Because he was going to therapy, and it didn't seem like he had told her.
It didn't seem like he had told her, but there's, I guess Ellie's smarter than the show has made her out to be. Like she probably had. There's intuition there. She understands what took place.
She knew at the end.
I think it was justification, guys. She was just justifying it to her, like, I already know. I know.
Well, she knew how Joel was and what he would do, and it was
especially
pretty
after
obvious.
what Nora said. Like, he cried like a little bitch. Basically, what she said.
Well, he said he got what he deserved.
He got what he deserved.
Yeah.
There you
and
go.
I'll tell you what, I take issue with at the end when she's like, the only doctor that could find the cure. Were you guys like, did your bullshit meter get set off a little bit? Like, that guy wasn't going to find the damn cure.
No, he was going to kill Ellie's what he was going to do.
That was my maybe, I wouldn't, it was my defending of Joel when I did the podcast last year. My kind of stance was, you know what? This fucker wasn't coming. He wasn't finding a cure anyways.
He wasn't
that
finding
guy.
the cure. Yeah,
One guy isn't making a cure. You know, like
it wasn't gonna happen. The
who's
only
to
guy
say?
who could do it, it's like, God, get real.
Yeah.
That was
Grow up.
Grow up.
Fucking bitch.
Take this pipe
Yeah.
right to the leg.
Pipe down.
Leg.
Yeah, but I'd say the two scenes for me this episode. Well, I guess there's three big ones. Really, I feel like not really a ton to talk about. I think we can kind of see that with the time. There's like, in terms of scenes, there's not a ton to talk about in this one. There's not a lot of meat.
There's not.
There's that.
Austin,
There's not a lot of meat. God damn.
Why do we keep going back to meat? There's not a lot of meat to this.
Hey, I thought there was a lot of meat when Jesse came in.
That's true.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
I think Austin broke our table.
That wasn't me. That was Jesse.
That was Jesse. Throwing it down.
Yeah, those would be the three scenes. That first scene, that opening scene that The Last of Us does so well.
Oh, yeah.
Question for you guys. This Hammerhand character, we going to get more of her?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm saying, like, what are we going to... How deep they going to dig into her, do you think? You think she's going to be that prominent? But, like, she's there, and there's got to be some kind of exploration.
I think she's going to have I think there's going to be a lot of exploration.
Exactly. We don't know who the hell she is really yet. She seems good.
I don't think I have to say this, but you guys realize that was who Isaac ran into.
Yeah,
or who he made the
teamed
deal
up with.
Yeah, whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When they became
I was
the
making
wolves.
sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Something we have not spoken about. I wouldn't call this my favorite scene, but we're getting here as we're watching. Seeing Leon and that other dude is it B2? The floor.
Yeah,
and
B2, Griff.
they're literally growing the cordyceps on them. The cordyceps is growing on them. They're breathing out these spores.
Yeah.
And you
sweet
have
visuals in this scene.
Pretty sweet. And you're asking, because it looks like they're about alive, but to what degree are they alive?
We didn't.
That was a pretty cool scene.
Austin, what'd you call him? He was what?
I was saying he's got the suds.
The suds.
SpongeBob. He's got the suds. No, a very visually cool scene. There's this, like I said, there's this kind of foreshadowing when they say there were no rats, because there is this big kind of infected called the Rat King that I don't know what we're gonna get. But
is this just something you've seen in passing, or something you know a little bit more
from
about?
the game?
Just in passing, but it's from the game. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's just kind of a big thing. It's like one of the
Rat King.
It would come up on some Watch Mojo countdowns or something discussing like a part of it. Somehow or another, I'm aware of this, but
exciting.
Which they're gonna have to do it. They got to pay that.
Okay, so you're. Oh, is that me?
I think that's you. We're going to.
I'll just pause it real quick and see what we need to do.
Yeah, we'll just.
We can cut that part, or we can keep it going.
Yeah, we'll pause it and just come back around here. All right, guys, and we're back there. Sorry about the interruption. We had maybe I guess we knew the visitor might be coming, and the visitor did come. So here we are back. We're going to go ahead and kind of get on into our kind of wrap up here on the episode. So we'll start with our IMDb scores. Let me pull up the phone real quick, guys. Fill in some time. I'm here. I'm there. I'm now. We're good. Season 2, episode 1, Future Days is at a 7.3. Season 2
going down.
Season 2, Season 2, episode 2 is Through the Valley is at 9.2. The Path 3 is at 6.9. Haha. Nice. Season 2, episode 4 at a 6.2. Yeah, the season's not doing well, guys.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Come on.
And I am not going to look at this one yet because I'm going to be uninvolved. Honestly,
I disagree with that on the third one. I really do. That's bad.
Yeah,
that's not fair.
It's going to be rough. Like, I actually reevaluated.
So four took a beating.
4 is at 6.2, and that's the gay one. So
yeah, I actually liked 4.
Yeah,
I liked 4.
My least favorite.
I liked
was 1.
I think honestly, dude, that's the thing. I look back on episode 1. I liked it a lot more than I thought we did.
Really,
big things happen, man. Well, we get Joel and I already forgot the Gail. We get Joel and Gail.
Gail.
The therapist.
Yeah.
That scene. We get the New Year's Eve scene, which is great.
The New Year's Eve scene.
The New Year's
really
Eve kind of makes it like that music.
Yeah.
So that one actually
that.
is sitting at 3rd for me now. I moved it up.
Okay, makes
So,
sense.
This last one, I think this is my least favorite episode.
Yeah, I'm not too thrilled with it.
Yeah, I think this was my least favorite episode. I would say 7.2.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking more in the range of like 6, 8.
Yeah, I didn't know if I want, like, that just seems so, like, I'm still, like, enjoying it. Like,
I mean, I'm enjoying it too, but it's just.
6, 8 sounds. 6, 8. Yeah, 6, 8 sound. I'm going to go 7. I'll go 7.
Guys, I can't believe I'm with Griffin again. I had 6, 8 in my head, and then that's what he said. So I'm going to go 6.8.
All right, let's see what consensus is. Feel or love, 7.5. People like this one more.
No way.
You're crazy, man.
Yeah. The gay ones really bomb, whatever way. Like we said, bigotry.
Unfortunate, because it was well done.
Yeah, so I'd say my rating currently sits season 2, episode 2. That's my favorite. Episode 4, I think, was my second favorite.
Okay.
So that one, then 3, season 2, episode 1.
Yeah.
I did like 1 more than I thought. I misspoke last week. I kind of fucked that up and said that episode 3 and episode 4 were closer than episode 1. I think 1's actually better than 3.
Yeah.
Looking back on it.
I like 1 a lot.
There's some good scenes in 3, but I think 1's a lot better. And then I think this was my least favorite. I think we got a lot of questions after this one. There's promise because we saw that last scene that was a hammer. You know, that one was great, getting Nora back.
And, I was about to say, I'll just jump in for my like favorite scenes. Definitely the ending where she's kind of asking Nora, where's Abby, relentlessly and hitting her with a damn pipe. And also when Jesse just shows up out of the blue, I thought that was pretty awesome too.
Yeah, a couple of hammer dropping scenes.
Hammer dropping.
Yeah. I would say my favorite scene of the episode, we'll just do scenes instead of characters. We'll go out of order because we just naturally found our way there. Good pivot there. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say, man, I guess the Jesse reveal. I didn't love the scene as a whole because it's like you're seeing Ellie being inept and kind of fucking this situation to hell. Like they were dying. But Jesse being able to be,
but how,
it was very Deus Machina.
Is that really all on Ellie though? Because Ellie's the one who says, Dina, you get in that locker right now because I can be bitten. You cannot.
Was that her sacrificing her life?
That was her sacrifice.
Do you think she thought she was dying?
Yes.
I don't know.
I think she thought she was done, guys.
I think she knew she was dying, dude. I think that's why she said, get the fuck out of here.
Wow. No,
so maybe there's some more weight to it. And that's when I say that was a strong part as a protector. That's what we are getting from Ellie still. Like she does love Dina. I believe that she loves her. I don't know if I believe Dina loves Ellie. Yeah. Maybe.
Well, we'll find out.
She does.
When Ellie gets back from the woods.
She does. Yeah, I guess.
Or when Ellie gets back from the hospital back into the woods, she might find out.
Dina or Jesse he's got a hold on her right now as things ended. So I'd say, what's your favorite scene, Mike?
My favorite was 2-part. I like the opening scene. I like Sergeant Parks talking, and she's talking about the evolution of the cordyceps, and she's describing what happened in the hospital. And then the very end is, and again, every time I say one of you all is going to say, oh, the other one said it. When we saw Leon and he's breathing out these spores, and it seems like he's actually alive, but we all know he's not alive. Yeah. I thought that looked like something out of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, right.
I thought it was. I'm waiting for his ass to just kind of come out.
Or Bootstrap Turner.
Yeah,
coming out of the Flying Dutchman.
That was
there. It is.
Yeah, you looked like
that was.
You said he looked like he was in the Flying Dutchman.
Yeah, he looked like he was a barnacle on the Flying Dutchman.
It really did. No, I thought I don't know if that's just that was 2 different scenes, but I thought that was very cool.
Wow.
Well, thank you, Barnacle Boy.
Yeah. So now I'm Bootstrap Bill. My God, there's so many names for me.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a category. How many names can we come up for poor old Mike here?
Yeah, that's a good one. You can count.
Yeah.
All right. Favorite characters of this one. I'm going to go with Man Time Jesse.
That's nice. I'm going to stick with Dina. I think Dina, like you said, we're just seeing more and more. Yeah,
we skipped over her trauma scene a little bit.
Her trauma scene, the monologue was pretty sweet. I mean, you sent that in the group earlier this week saying, man, I got really cranked listening to her give that scene out.
We're not getting that from Ellie a lot, are we? You don't feel that passion. Like, I believe Dina wants to be here, but how badly do I believe Ellie? And we've gone over that too much. I don't want to go down to it again. But Dina, that's what you're seeing the fucking fireworks with Dina.
You're seeing the fireworks.
And maybe that's just us, maybe we're being fucking assholes.
Yeah. No, but Dina's been really good.
Yeah.
And this past...
The supporting cast has been awesome.
Yeah,
there's no doubt about that.
Dina,
I'm ready to see
Dina's
some
we like
Sorry,
Dina.
I'm fucking yelling all over
you're
you,
good.
Griff.
You're good.
Yeah, but
I will. The only thing I'll say about that is Ellie is hitting her over the leg with a pipe. And I loved when we were watching it. You said, "God, she liked that," or how did you say it?
She did.
Yeah, and I mean, you see her eyes light up.
The Abby parallels there too.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. But I mean, I don't know. I think it's a hard argument to say you're not seeing that passion. And then, of course, once Dina gives her little spiel and says, "Yeah, I would have hunted that guy down forever.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to stay or go?" Ellie goes, "I want to stay."
Yeah, we're getting pieces of it. And I think we can get there. I do think we can get there.
Oh, yeah.
And we were definitely overly critical, and it's always going to sound like we are disliking things probably more than we actually are. We're enjoying the show. I think that can't be lost. We're obviously still here fucking talking about it for hours.
Oh, my gosh.
So we're enjoying it. We're having fun. We're looking forward to tonight.
Dad.
Characters. Mike, did you pick yours?
Yeah. Guys, I'm going to go off the board with you guys. I liked Nora.
Yeah.
And again, the reason that I like somebody that kind of that's again, I like where they set up the scene. And Nora, when she turned around after Ellie said, hey, turn around, put your hands up, or however that went. Nora, I always say her eyes sewed that scene.
Yeah.
And then when she was, when she gets cornered and she can barely breathe and she's coughing, she still won't give up when Ellie is yelling at her, "Hey, where's Abby? Where's Abby?" Yeah. And she never gave in.
Conviction. Yeah, well, we don't know. I don't know how it ended. But that actress, she's in actually You, if you guys watched You at all. I
watched You.
I didn't know. She's the one, I guess, the Joe ends up thinking he killed.
Yeah, she's the one with blonde hair in one of the scenes. Yeah, she's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't recognize her at first.
Again, I kind of like to go a little different. So I like Nora.
You are a little different.
Apparently so.
All right, themes and things. You lead us off here, Mike. We'll bounce it right back to you.
Guys, there's only one theme that it can be. I don't care what you all come up with, but this is the theme. Vengeance.
Vengeance.
The theme is vengeance. It's when again, you all said conveniently finds a pipe, and then we all knew where she was going to hit her. Of course, she's going to hit her. She's going after that leg. Okay.
Yeah.
And I gotta admit, I was one going, "Oh, get her again!
Yeah.
Oh, get her again!"
Yeah, you like the way she got beat.
Yeah, and then and here Joel in the second episode, I'm like cringing and everything else. But what today I sure was jacked up. But yes, the theme to me, it's vengeance, and where's this vengeance going to go from here? The vengeance and its cost, I think. Is where what mine is.
Yeah, psycho revenge. I hear you.
Nice. Griff, you up?
Yeah, and I kind of tried to phrase this last episode, and I didn't do a great job. And I don't know if I'm going to now either, but
probably
I think
not.
I think that theme of just room to grow, needing to grow, because like you mentioned, Austin, obviously Ellie is trying to fill Joel's shoes now that she kind of has to, more or less, and we're seeing how she is struggling with that transition, trying to find her footing, trying to become that person, but she's not there yet. Obviously, she's not there yet.
No.
I think that question is, or at least that kind of theme is really, really, we're having to question that this whole time because we're saying, man, we want Ellie to be ready and we want it to be working that way, but it's just not yet. There's still room to grow.
Yep. All right. That's a good one. I got a couple things I want to, discuss and address. And I forgot to kind of touch on this in that opening scene. There's a decision made, the decision to shut Leon in, or Leon says it himself. That decision to sacrifice himself for the greater good. I think that's somewhat in reference of choosing the other side of maybe the decision that Joel chose, and that he did not give up Ellie for the greater good. God, I forgot her name again. Sergeant Park.
It was Elise.
Elise Park. Elise Park. She sacrifices her son in this moment for the greater good. So I think that's an interesting kind of just look into those decisions and the ability to, kind of give up something for the idea of a greater good, though. So I'm going to choose that one. But another one that we're seeing here, and it's brought to us by Jesse, is reason. Some reason. It's like, it feels pretty fresh at this point, right? We're going home. Yeah. We're going home. We're going to Jackson. There's no other choice to make. Yeah. So that's this episode. We got some questions. I think, like I said, and looking forward to it a lot. This one tonight. Yeah. Get your tissues ready. I'm sure they're going to try to make you cry. We need to feel something. We need to feel something. I haven't felt this much this season. We felt that one episode really heavily.
I will kind of disagree though. There were a lot of emotional moments for me. I mean, for one, seeing Joel suffer that end. Episode 3, where we're seeing Ellie, kind of clutch onto his clothes.
Yeah, I lied, but
I thought the end of this episode was pretty intense too.
Maybe it just hasn't been like as consistent. Maybe there's just been a lot of like downtime in between. There seems like there's been a lot of setting.
Yeah.
And
that's fair.
Not as much meat as last season, where it just like felt every single one of them. You were leaving Sunday night just questioning what the fuck was going on in your life.
Yeah. That might be fair.
Yeah, it's still been a good experience. We're enjoying it.
We're loving it. This is awesome.
I think that's all I got to say.
Yeah, it's really, really all I had to say too. I mean, I think we really appreciate this, Os.
Yeah,
to do this. We've been talking so much about how to make this better as well, and we're just having a lot of fun.
And we figured out a way to do this in Lexington at Griffin's place. So
we travel.
Hopefully this records well.
Yeah, we can rent a van here soon, and we can just travel the country and do this from the mountains.
May have to with Griffin and his new band.
Yeah.
Could be true. You never know. So basically, if you guys got a good place for us to do this podcast, let us know. And we'll travel to you, and we'll put on a little show.
Have placed will travel, right?
Yeah, we could be live, couldn't we? We could be a live podcast.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I think
I just have to make sure we silence the phones.
We'd probably be even better. We'd be
silence the phone.
Yeah, get on up. Yeah.
We'd have like a t-shirt thrower or whatever. We'd be shooting t-shirts out.
We'd make Mike a mascot each week. He'd have to put on the head like Lee Corso. Of his favorite character. We just have fucking busks of every character.
That'd be awesome.
All right. God. Well, let's get the hell out of here. Yeah. I'll let you guys say your goodbyes and I'll wrap it on up.
Yep. Well, nice chatting through this one. I'm excited for tonight, and Oz, appreciate this. We'll be back at you guys next Sunday.
Griff, thanks for hosting us. We had a great time last night, by the way, watching you play bass. That was fun. And then to sit down and Austin to be able to make this so we're able to record today was even better. So appreciate it, guys. We had a great time today.
Yeah, we had a good one.
Again, it's all about having a good time and having some fun.
Yeah,
I get to have a great time with you guys.
I'm feeling pretty good about this format too. I think I think we're doing all right. So, good. Guys at home, if you listened all the way through, thank you very much. Keep coming back. Tell your friends we need to build this thing so we can get some money. I'm just kidding. Anyways, we'll get out of here. We'll be back next week. It was a blast. Looking forward to the episode ahead. Bye-bye. Oh, shit.
I get screwed up.
Yep. Bye-bye.